Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Brody Fahnestock of Troy Athens Boys Soccer, who just became a state champion this weekend, beating Brighton 2-1 in overtime. Brody, I know it's been a couple days, but are you still thinking about? Are you still processing Saturday?
Of course, man. It's been an awesome couple days since right after that final horn blew at the end of the game till school on Monday and Tuesday. It's just been hanging out with my team and everyone congratulating us, and it's just an awesome feeling.
I probably should have said thanks for coming on. And how
Yeah,
are you?
for sure. Yep.
You doing well?
Yeah, I'm good. How could you not be? After winning this championship, it feels pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, so I know it's been a while since you guys won. I know for 5 years. It's so no one from the current that currently plays at Troy Athens was there at the time when they won the last one in 2019. But coming into this season, you kind of just got hot at the right time. It's similar to how Adams got made their run last year. And what was that like? What was this team like? Because every team's different, and obviously coaches won many state titles at many different schools. But what was this team like this year?
Yeah, so at the start of the year, it was just kind of, we obviously had our expectations because Athens being a soccer school as it is, like we had that high goal of winning as much as we can win. Like obviously win the league, win districts, regionals, championships. We always have those high goals. And at the start of the season, like I felt like we were pretty good those first 3 games. Like I like how our team was playing. I liked our intensity, but it didn't feel like we were connected as much as a team because like it's just the feeling at the start of the season and the end of the season was a lot different. Like the chemistry with our team obviously is pretty good. Have 10 seniors playing with each other since JV year, and we actually had 16 seniors end up on our team this year. But yeah, it was a rocky start. We had after we lost to Berkeley and Adams, I actually got a team meeting. So it was just more about not how we were playing, but generally just morale and just kind of how we are as a team. Like we're brothers, and we have the school on our back. We gotta represent and get our stuff done. And Coach Hugh was also a big role in this too. He's like, I'm not ready to hit that panic button yet, but I'm gonna just get a couple wins, get a win streak together, and then we'll keep rolling, face one challenge at a time. And that was our mindset going forward towards that second half of the season. We got on that win streak, beat Clarkston, which obviously was a huge thing. Then Oxford, we got second or third in the league. I don't remember, but obviously kept that hot streak rolling into playoffs, and then the rest was history.
Yeah, you had to actually battle through a lot of things. The last 2 games that you played was an overtime. Before we get to the state championship game, the Northville game was
oh man,
you had a star. I guess you had a starring role in that game too.
Yeah, like I don't like I don't like praising myself like a ton because I don't want to be that guy, but yeah, like all 3 of the goals kind of started for me, so that was obviously a big thing. But I felt like Northville was the best team that we played in playoffs, other than the best team we haven't played, because Berkeley and Troy, obviously those are 2 hard teams and we played them before, so it's a little bit easier because we know how they play. But Northville came out really hot.
Yeah.
And yeah, especially with Amir in the middle. I played with him actually a couple years ago on the Nationals team, but that game, yeah, that was obviously awesome because we played at our home stadium. That was definitely a benefiting factor. And yeah, like we played our game. Obviously, we went down that first goal. It was a little bit of just a little bit of night to throw a little bit, but we've been down before in games, so we kept battling back and got that second goal, tied us up, and then obviously took it to overtime. And then yeah, I don't know how my goal went in. I've been serving those free kicks in all game, but that was an awesome moment seeing that ball go in the back of the net.
Yeah. Okay, so before we get to the other big thing you had, kind of take me through that day before. What was that day like? Just going, getting on the bus, getting there, and because Troy Athens is to Grand Ledge is a bit of a drive.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, for I mean, it was over an hour away from Troy. So what was that like trying to not like because when you're on the bus for a long time, you kind of feel like I don't know, maybe this is just not it for everybody, but it's almost like, some people can't sit for so long. Uh,
Yeah.
what was that like for you guys just to handle all that and obviously you guys have traveled a lot for games. So what was just that day like, getting on the bus and how'd you guys manage being on there for so long?
Yeah. So that day just started out. We got to Athens around 12:30, I think, and we just had our lunch. We had a Chipotle bar, make your own bowls, whatever. Just kind of chilling out at the school, getting ready for the game, and we kind of just chilled out, just not really thinking about the game too much. Just kind of enjoy the day, just live in the moment, living that experience. And the bus actually ended up getting there an hour late, so we planned to get there around 3:34 ish to like watch some of the D2 final game just to kind of be in the atmosphere, see how everything was, but it ended up getting there late. So we were a little bit of a rush, but on that bus ride, um, we had the speaker going, not like too crazy, like getting super hyped up, but we were kind of just chilling out, just enjoying being on the bus with the teammates because we all love hanging out with each other. It was a awesome thing. And then when we exited, it's kind of a tradition we've done with this team. So there's one song that we always sing right before we get off the bus, and we have a whole team like scream it. That gets us really hyped up. So that wakes us up if anyone's a little sleepy from the bus ride. I know I always sleep before every game, so that always gets me woken up. And then yeah, when we got to Grand Ledge and we walked through that gate and saw all those people, that was one of the biggest things for me. I'm like, wow, this is the biggest stage I think I've ever been at with any of my sports. So that really set the tone of that night. And I was just like, wow, this is a big stage to play on. And then from there on, got my ankles taped for the game, just kind of got myself locked in and got the team locked into our visualization. And then as soon as I knew it was game time.
Yeah. What's that one song that you all
So it's a Spanish song. It's called Para de Nu by now. Or
Oh
Para.
geez. Yeah, I guess that was the song that was playing out there. I was
Really? Oh yeah. I'm sure it was. That's Adriano loves that song. So he kind
absolutely.
of yeah, it was awesome. That's kind of our song.
Yeah. So like you talk about like the visualization thing. What was that like?
Yeah, so we starting from the first district game, we went in our gym and we looked up at those banners, and Coach Hugh kind of just talks us through it, and he's like, just imagine putting that 2023 up there on the district banner, the regional banner, adding another banner for states, adding that sign out on John R. Road. Just like those little things. And also that's like the visualizing the winning part, but also visualizing in game, what are you gonna do? Like imagine yourself like scoring the goal, like imagine yourself making like a game defining like tackle or something like that. It's just those little things to kind of just get your mindset in that position, get your mindset ready for the game, and just also it gave us a sense of like just being calm and kind of not stressing too much about the game, but just having confidence in yourself and just trusting your soccer skills and trusting your teammates and just visualizing winning.
Yeah. Um, okay. So let's talk about the last 10 minutes of the game. So Brighton gets that first goal,
Hmm.
and I'll let you pick it up from there.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So
So Brighton gets that first goal. Like that goal was just because, they were pressing. It was back and forth all game. Someone's gonna score. It was always what coaches were saying is like it's gonna be whoever makes the last mistake. So that was obviously a big mistake right there. Adam made a couple awesome, great saves, and then our team was just kind of ball watching at the end. So ball bounced out to I forget the kid's name, number 24, and he places it in the back of the net. And
Yeah.
you know, there was a second I'm like, wow, like this is it. Like I wasn't like, oh, it's over, like oh anything like that, but I'm like, wow, like this is a really, really tough spot to be in. And I know our team can make comebacks, but I don't know if we can pull it out of this one. But we all yeah, we kept going, 10 minutes left. I didn't even look at the clock. I was just playing my heart out till that final whistle. And actually I remember, so yeah, we were buzzing actually. We had a couple corners up there, a couple shots. Like we were getting chances left and right. And I was like, all right, let's go, guys, come on. And I remember my center back, he comes in, number 19, Ethan Ram. He's like, Brody, get up the field. You need to score. Like, we need to get the attack on. Like, let's go, let's go. So I'm like, all right, all right. Because sometimes, like, I will go up and join the field, but sometimes I don't know. Sometimes my brain travels a little bit. So get up the field, see Miguel's possessing it in the corner, switch it over to Dario. Dario passes me on my left foot. I'm like, oh, I'm shooting. I have space. I'm gonna let it rip. And then finds net, finds the back in that. And that was an awesome feeling right there. Yeah. So tied up. From that moment on, I knew we were gonna win. I knew
Yeah.
it. Like our team gets that momentum back. It's gonna go over into overtime, just there I had faith in my team, faith in my guys, and we kept getting those opportunities, those chances. We almost scored with probably like 30 seconds left in the game. We had that one corner that just went wide of the goal, off like a redirect or something in the box. But when that yeah, like we just kept pushing forward, everything like that. Got corners, set pieces, and that one corner just bounced around the box, and then Manny needed it, and and it doesn't matter who it was, but got the job, like put in the back of the net, and like, all right, we got this. There was still 18 minutes left, so I knew it wasn't over. I knew, like, our team knew it wasn't over, but we had a good feeling that we were gonna win it, and we pulled through.
Yeah. So to know that you're going to walk away, you playing your last game and knowing that you're going to forever be a state champion, that's probably the best like mic drop to
Yeah,
in your high school soccer career.
yeah, man. It's obviously I'd love to keep playing, but obviously all good things come to an end. Um, yeah, it's I've been thinking like how different a path I could have taken, whether I continued to try and play soccer in college, like just different decisions I could have made. But yeah, like obviously I left it the best way I could, being state champs. Um, yeah, there's no better way to end the season like how we did.
Okay. It's like, what would it mean to win a state championship? Well, now that you've won one, what does it mean?
Um, I don't know. I don't know, Matt. I don't know yet. Maybe that's something that'll come with time, but right now I'm kind of thinking I want to use this to motivate the next guys. Athens is always going to be a good soccer school,
Yeah.
and I want everyone that comes to Athens soccer to experience the season we had. Maybe they don't win the whole thing, but going through this season, playing for Athens is just it's a different type of experience. Whether it's being with the players, beating Troy High for a rivalry match, winning that district trophy, whatever it is, just the feelings and the emotions are just unmatched. And I want all those guys to feel that and like buy in to try and get those feelings, because it's amazing. It's indescribable.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to kind of, a lot of people were surprised to learn an interesting fact about you is that you're also, where you're going for college next year.
Yep.
And okay, why don't you tell everybody?
So, yes, I am. I'm committed to Oakland University for baseball, Division I baseball, which is pretty awesome. I've always played travel baseball and travel soccer for as long as I can, and then I made the decision in eighth grade to really pursue baseball and put a lot of my time into that, while kind of keeping soccer on the second half. Yeah, so that was obviously a big thing. Sophomore summer, I committed to Oakland, and I love playing soccer. So I wanted to keep playing, on my travel team. But yeah, that's it's it's kind of a big flex to do. Like, oh yeah, I'm D1 in soccer or baseball and won the state trophy. Like, it's pretty cool. I need to. I don't really like praising myself like a ton, but it's a good feeling, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
And and then also, like, what are you most going to remember? Just about this season. What does soccer mean to you?
Oh, soccer. What does that mean to me? Man, just just making the having all those relationships with those guys. That's something I'm always gonna remember. Just being on that field, just practice every day, just being touches on the ball, everything, all those little things. I love every single one of them. It's soccer's I've been playing it for like my whole life, and I'm gonna continue to keep playing it. Maybe not at a super high level, but I'm gonna. It's a different feeling, you know. Baseball and soccer are two different sports, and they both have their great values. And soccer's always had a special place in my heart, you know. And yeah, playing for my school, playing for in front of that student section, getting all the having those videos on Instagram and Twitter from MSN and John R. Like that stuff's always awesome. Talking about it with my team, just there's so many little things to enjoy.
Winning a state championship also means, getting the rings and all that. Has that process started?
Yeah, so yeah, I actually Coach Hugh let me take the trophy home over the weekend because I took it to we had a party at my friend Alex's house, the other number 20, the captain Alex Marine on my team. We had a party with the parents and everything, so we were taking pictures and just hanging out. Um, so that was awesome. And then I had to give it back to him on Monday. So yesterday was Monday, first day of school back. A lot of congratulations from teachers, friends, and I had to bring the trophy in. So carrying it around school was pretty awesome, you know.
What was it? Yeah, I mean, it's like going around in, the house. It's like, hey, what's this doing here?
Yeah, seriously, it was like it was cool.
Yeah, it's like you probably took a few pictures with it while it was
Oh
in.
yeah. Oh, it took more than a few. More than a few.
Oh yeah. All right. Um, what the thing is, it's like as you now, exit, you leave your time at Athens. What are you going to most remember, and what are you going to miss about
Um, I'm obviously just playing competitively. That's one thing I'm gonna miss because it won't be at that high level, but just playing for your school is just the biggest thing. Because you can play a huge game against Troy High or whoever, league game, whatever. Come back the next day and you talk about it with all your friends and all your teammates. Like that's awesome. Like that's such a good feeling. So playing for your school, having everyone know your name at the school, just that the popularity, not even the popularity thing, but just it's just awesome. Experience it with your team and your coaches. That's what I'm gonna remember the most. And yeah, I'm gonna miss it, but it's always a good memory I'm gonna cherish.
it? Yeah, there's no better way to go out.
Yeah.
Brody, thank you so much for the time. We will talk to you soon, bud. Oh, wait, no, there's one more thing we need to do. Let's get to know you a little bit because
All right.
not a lot of people know a lot about you. Okay, so favorite, what's your go-to place for food?
Go-to place for food. I always get I love tropical smoothie. Smoothies are my dad really loves smoothies. I do too. Go there, get a beach bum with white chocolate and protein powder, and I get a quesadilla with that too. There's one right by Athens, so I'll after school go stop by, get some chop, and then go work out or do whatever I'm doing. But that's my go-to place.
Um, okay, so let's see. Favorite team to root for?
Um, obviously this year I love the Lions. They're hot right now. But I think they're like 6-2, but
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed watching them this year. Yeah, with my dad and my friends, everything like that. Love watching them. Baseball. I don't watch baseball a ton. Tigers always like rooting for them, but they haven't been great these past few years. Like watching just the Detroit teams, I love watching the Detroit teams and yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. And finally, yeah, we kind of covered a lot of things, but what's an interesting fact about you?
Interesting fact about me.
No, that no one would ever guess.
No one. Oh, Let's see. I don't know. I'm a pretty basic guy, but I'm trying to think. I mean, I don't want to be basic like, oh, I have a cat, but like, oh, man, it's gonna take me a second. Uh
Um,
no, because that's a soccer fact. I'm trying to think.
could say that.
Yeah, I mean, well, one joke I have with my old soccer team is I scored a state cup goal for in my third when I was 13. So it was 13U state cup against Jags team that we've never beaten. We played them like 6 or 7 times, and I scored from like 30 out. And the commentators kind of sound the same from when I scored in the state championship and from when I scored from that game. So
Yeah,
that's just a funny kind of thing I've been talking to them about. But
absolutely. All right, Brody, thank you so much for the time, and well, we might have to have you on again sometime, but
yeah,
congrats
for
on
sure, for sure.
winning a state title.
Yep.